Hey, what's up YouTube? This is the Alchemic coming at you today with the last episode of my card review for the Ungoro set. So first we have Emerald Reaver, 1 mana 2/1 battle cry, deal 1 damage to each hero. I think this card's just a meme. 1 damage to each hero is really bad. Shadow Bomber was really bad, so this is not going to be played. It's just a 1 mana 2/1. You might as well just play Murloc Raider in your deck, to be honest. Next we have Firefly. In Arena, you're not playing that card. Firefly is a 1 mana 1/2 that adds a 1/2 elemental. This is the elemental, Flame Elemental. Does set up for your elemental cards. It's a 1 mana 1/2 that draws a card in a way, kind of, basically. And that's cool, but it really depends. The 1/2s can help sneak an elemental into your turn to make sure that you get an elemental so you can play more elementals and snowball out of control. That's what the idea is. And I think this does help to accomplish that, but this also helps the 1-drop quest for Hunter, so that'd be really sick. But it really, I don't think this is worth, it's almost like an Echoing Ooze. I feel like that'd be really good. It's very much like Echoing Ooze, token-based type of thing, but I don't think this will see play except in the Hunter deck, probably, and maybe an Elemental deck, but otherwise you're not just jamming this into a random deck, because it's not good, or because it's that good. This is a 1 mana 2/1 Glacial Shard, Battle Cry, freeze an enemy. So this is a lot like Frost Elemental if you think about it, but it has 1 health, so it can be easily pinged off. That's also another fact about the first card we saw. I don't know if something's really worth freezing for 1 mana. Emergency Coolant, the spare part from GVG, was somewhat okay. But you're not going to put this into a deck. I think there are just better turn 1 elementals that you really want to do. And is there really even a turn 2 reward card? I'm not even sure. So, yeah. We have Igneous Elemental, a 3 mana 2/3 that adds 2 1/2s, same Flame Elemental. This is understated. It just adds them to your hand. Sure, you can play them next turn, but I mean, yeah, that sets it up. But it's not, because 2/3s are not that good. In Arena, you're not playing this card because its stats are too weak, even for a 2 mana card. If this was 2 mana, you still wouldn't play it. Yeah, so. Then we have Ravasar Runt, 2 mana 2/2. If you control 2 other minions, adapt. This has a very easy possibility to go off. You can play like Lost in the Jungle, Paladin, then play this, and immediately adapt. You know, any buff that this guy gets might just be good, you know. 2 mana 2/2 Divine Shield is like a shielded mini bot. If you get like plus 5 health, you're getting a 2/5 for 2, which is pretty good. If you get, I don't know, +1/+1, you get a 2 mana 3/3. That's pretty good. So this it's about how reliably you can get the battle cry out to trigger, which basically means how many dudes can you play on turn 1? You have Alley Cat for Hunter. You have Living Roots. Oh no, Living Roots is rotating out. Yes. No, you have Lost in the Jungle. So it depends. I think this will probably see play in Hunter because Alley Cat will probably be the turn 1 play, the go-to. And this has it's a beast, so you know it synergizes with Hunter in that way. So hopefully Hunter has a chance to come back. Next we have Rockpool Hunter, 2 mana 2/3 Battle Cry, give a friendly Murloc +1/+1. I forgot to say, this is not a good 2-drop for Arena, so this is probably not going to be picked. Then we have Rockpool Hunter, yeah, like I said, Battle Cry, give a friendly minion a Murloc +1/+1. It's a Murloc, so ideally I'm sure you're playing this in any Murloc deck. It's almost like a mini Houndmaster type of thing. It really depends on how strong that is and how strong that becomes. But I think sticking a Murloc on turn 1 might be hard without Tiny Fin. So, yeah, this will not be played on curve. But it can be like a zoo type of thing. So, but it really depends. Like, I think War Leader is probably just better. It depends on how they make a Murloc deck and how they release it and stuff like that. So, in Arena, this is just a 2/3, in my opinion. Then we have Stubborn Gastropod, say 2 mana 1/2 Taunt and Poisonous. So anything that touches it will die. So you're basically sending a minion, but it's only a 1/2. It's a Goldshire Footman that kills anything. This could be some really awkward situations in Arena, but it's very unlikely to see play because it's just stats are bad. You don't want this to be a 2-drop. But yeah, awkward situations in Arena will definitely help for that. I don't see a reason to draft it, though, in Arena. Then we have Volatile Elemental, a 2-mana 1/1 that deals 3 damage to a random enemy minion as a death rattle. This can be easily pinged off, but it deals 3 damage. In the beginning of the game, there's probably 1 or 2 minions on the board, so this has a pretty reliable chance to hit what you want it to hit. And it's an elemental if that's relevant. I don't think this will see play in Constructed. In Arena, it has a possibility because you would be dealing 3 to 4 damage, because if you get the attack in, that would be it helps a lot. You can clear like 4 health minions. That might be strong. Next we have a 3-mana 3/1 Egg Napper. Death Rattle, summon 2 1/1 Raptors. This card reminds me a lot like the Haunted Creeper. Do we have the Raptor card next? No, we don't. But it's the same 1/1 Raptors. I'm sure that that Cornered Sentry play the Dirty Rat type of card. Reminds me of Haunted Creeper a lot, but the thing is, 3/1 is very weak, and then if you get 1/1s, sure, that's all right, but it's pretty easy to clear. 3 attack isn't worth very much. So yeah, it's you can hit it with hero powers and stuff, but it is a little bit sticky, so maybe that gives it a chance to see play. In Constructed, probably not. Still, in Arena, probably. I think I would pick this card because it's almost like a Scarlet Crusader in a way. It's yeah. So you have Giant Wasp, which is stealth and poisonous, 3-mana 2/2. This is just +1. You're giving +1/+1 and increase the mana cost by 1 of Stealth Patient Assassin. Patient Assassin's very vulnerable to AoE. And so is this card. A little less vulnerable, but it's just a matter of, do you play Patient Assassin? Okay, then play this. And I don't think you play Patient Assassin, so you probably don't play this. In Arena, this can be alright. I think that gastropod thing, the snail thing, is probably better, but I don't know. I don't know too much about this game, so. Anyway, we got Primal Fin Lookout. 3-mana 3/2 Battlecry. If you control a Murloc, discover a Murloc. 3-mana 3/2 is really bad stats, but they can't stat things too aggressively because War Leader exists. Yeah, you can discover other Murlocs. This could be helpful. They're really trying to push Murlocs, it looks like. But, discovering another War Leader is really sick. Discovering a Bluegill Warrior is alright. War Leader is really just the best Murloc card there is now, since Sir Finley is rotating out, and Anyfin Murloc Knight's also rotating out. So, yeah, not much else to say about this card. I don't think it's very strong. Sure, reloading is good, but if you're playing the Shaman quest to summon a bunch of Murlocs, then your reload is totally fine with Megafin. So in Constructed, maybe you're see play. I'm kind of divided on this. And then in Arena, you're not playing this card at all because it's just really weak. Then we have Pterodax Hatchling, Battlecry, Adapt. So it's almost like that 2-mana runt dude thing, except it works anytime for the cost of 1 extra mana. It's almost like, reminds me of Silent Knight. It's like, do you play Silent Knight as opposed to Shielded Minibot? Probably not. There's that rogue Stealth Sensei dude, along with Silent Knight that actually worked out. But, this, I don't know any effect that would make this card good. Like, even if you get the 1/1, summon 2 1/1 plants, that's basically like giving a Haunted Creeper +1 attack for 1 mana, and that's really bad. And then if you get +3 attack, +3 health. 3 health might be alright. Taunt's really bad. +3 attack is like playing in Ice Ranger, and you're not playing Ice Ranger in Constructed. In Arena, this card's actually really bad. Next we have Tar Creeper, a 3-mana 1/5 taunt, that has +2 attack during your opponent's turn. So this is the main anti-aggro card. I think this is actually really good against pirates. Definitely playable. A little bit better than Second Rate Bruiser. But we'll have to see how fast the meta is in order to see whether this card is playable. In Arena, it's actually not bad at all. It's a better Felguard. As in, it's a 3-mana 3/5 demon in Warlock that it's a taunt. It looks like Ascension, except you destroy a mana crystal, and that's really bad. So yeah, but this card definitely see play to fight off early board states. Depends on how fast the meta is. So once again. Then we have Thunder Lizard at 3-mana 3/3. Battlecry, if you played an elemental last turn, adapt. So this is not an elemental, this transitions into dinosaurs, and that's kind of cool. So this is your turn 3 elemental play. Any adapt card, any adaptation that happens to this is actually pretty good. You know, Divine Shield is significantly better than Scarlet Crusader. Getting the 1/1 plants is definitely playable. So I think overall, this is definitely playable in a elemental deck. Yeah, in Arena, like I said, really depends on how your deck is, how your deck is made. And same goes for all those dragon cards back in Blackrock Mountain. We have a 4-mana 3/3 Fire Plume Phoenix. Fire Plume Phoenix. Okay. 4-mana 3/3 Battlecry, deal 2 damage. So immediately I'm thinking Stormpike Commando. This card's much better. I definitely think this actually makes the card more playable in Arena. You definitely pick this because it costs 1 mana less, has the same effect, and I would say that it has better stats. A 4/2 is more vulnerable than a 3/3 is. But this can be Shadow Word Pain in the same way, blah blah blah, Shadow Madness, whatever. Yeah, so I think this card's more playable. Obviously won't see constructed play, but in Arena it's pretty good. Definitely will pick this card. Then we have Stegodon, which we already reviewed earlier. It's a 4-mana 2/6 taunt, so just think about whether moving one attack to health is good enough. Senjin's already not played. Senjin's probably the best balance of stats you can get, and yeah, I don't think this will see play. I wouldn't pick it at all. But it turns out +1 attack makes all the difference. A 4-mana 3/6 taunt is really good. But yeah, that won't see play. Then we have Nesting Rock. If you control 2 other minions, gain taunt. So it's a 5-mana 4/7 beast. Yeah, so you're getting 1 more health than Druid of the Claw, but requiring to control at least 2 minions. This is part of the snowball-y thing of Hearthstone, where if you snowball, this thing helps you like seal the deal type of thing. So it's more like a win more card. Yeah. I don't see any way this can see play in Constructed. In Arena, maybe, because it's a neutral Druid of the Claw, so it's slightly better. 4/7 isn't terrible, you know, it's like a Power Word Shielded Yeti, so it's okay. Sabertooth Stalker is a 6-mana 8/2 stealth. Super vulnerable to AoE is the first thing I think of. You know, Strangletorn Tiger is already probably the best stealth card there is, and that's not played, so I don't see why this would see play. 8 attack is a lot, but it's just a 6-mana body to have like 10 stats is very weak. It needs to have like a 8/3 maybe, or 9/3, I don't know. Maybe 7/3, just something with 3 health at least just makes it like less vulnerable, but it's just very easy to kill when it's in stealth. I think that's part of the design of the card. Then we have Sated Threshodon. 7-mana 5/7, Death Rattle, summon 3 1/1 Murlocs. I think this reminds me a lot of Wobbling Runts, and Wobbling Runts wasn't played in Arena. I mean, wasn't played in Constructed. I think this card's a little bit different because it's better. The stats are better because 2/6 was just really weak. But that was part of the story of the card. This card can definitely, I think, can see a bit more play. Because it's sticky, and it just has better first phase stats. The first half of it, the stats are just better. So, yeah, I think this card will see play in Arena. All these cards are obviously just Arena cards. I don't think ever see play in Constructed. Stormwatcher is a 7-mana 4/8 with Wind Fury. No, not playable. Just more filler. So we'll go like that. Then we have Giant Mastodon, a 9-mana 6/10 taunt. I immediately think Ancient of War, and we're getting +2 health, +1 attack, and +2 mana, and that's just really bad without the choice. 8 mana, this might see play. There's already an 8 mana 6/10, I believe. but that's not see playing. Obviously, won't see playing constructed. In Arena, it's okay. Playable. 8 mana would have made it better. This card is just such a meme. 10 mana, 7/14 Ultra Sword. I just like the art. And for that, I will rate it 10 out of 10. For 10 out of 10 mana crystals. Wasted. Yeah. 7/14 is so low. Pretty hard to get rid of. But still dies the Meteor, because that's how the story was made. Yeah, I must say, in Arena, this is just kind of a jokester. And then we have the rare cards. Two mana, 2/3 Galaka Crawler. It's a battle cry, destroy a pirate, and gain +1/+1. Now, obviously, this is trying to combat pirates. The thing is, I already mentioned this with my Living Mana card review, and that is Galaka Crawler and cards that are targeted towards aggro decks like that are just kind of jokes, because aggro decks are built for that aggressive start, that consistent aggressive start, and your deck is built to, if your deck is even built to counter it, the aggro deck will obviously be more the aggro deck will be just faster, so you can't really tech these cards into like your control decks, because aggro deck will 95% of the time draw a consistent start, but you only have like 50% chance to draw this card even if you mulligan every card. So yeah, pirates, I'm just really afraid about the fate of pirates, and I just hope that they have a chance to get rid of them, because we're sick of seeing patches every time. But a 2 mana 2/3, a 2 mana 2/3 is just very weak. In Arena, that's just a 2 mana 2/3. If you really see pirates that consistently, maybe you can splash this in. There's a video where Trump plays Hungry Crab in his tournament deck, and people were like, "Whoa!" because that was back when Murloc Warlock was very popular. So yeah, that's that. Next we have Devilsaur Egg, the card I mentioned before. Could help with Zoo. It's almost like reintroducing Nerubian Egg, except it's just much slower, because Nerubian Egg was just better, stat-wise and stuff. I think 3 mana is definitely a lot, because you're giving your opponent a whole extra turn before you slam the egg down. Sure, it does set up, like Defender of Argus, but you really need to be getting like a 6/6, I feel like, to make this card worth it. At least Twilight Summoner, or the one that the 4 mana 1/1 that summons a 5/5 can actually attack. So I don't know. I think this is very weak. In Arena, you're not playing this card at all. That's the Devilsaur 5 mana 5/5 beast. Humongous Razor Leaf is a 3 mana 4/8, can't attack. At first, I thought this card was pretty insane, and no memes intended, because Ancient Watcher used to see play in old handlock decks, but then I thought about it and I saw that it's only +3 health as compared to Ancient Watcher. So Ancient Watcher's not played, so this is not. I just thought, you could do some Sun Fury Protector memes and stuff like that. That would be kind of fun. Arena, you're never picking this card, ever. Stonehill Defender is a 3 mana 1/4 taunt with taunt. with taunt. It's a taunt. Battlecry, discover a taunt minion. So you're basically splashing a Twilight Geomancer and an I Know a Guy into one card. None of those cards are played, so I don't think this ever will be played. Rip Silverback Patriarch, because this card is significantly better. I think this card's just bad. You won't pick it in Arena. You only pick it like if your options are really that bad. But Discover can give you another chance to get something strong, like, I don't know, a huge taunt, so like Sagoth the Slitherer. Vicious Fledgling. This is after a 3 mana 3/3. After this minion attacks a hero, adapt. So you get rewarded for hitting enemy face. It's almost like Cut Purse, in a way. And so 3 mana 3/3 is just a vanilla 3 mana 3/3 with taunt, I feel like. Because once you let it adapt, then it can kind of get out of control. So this will obviously not see play in Constructed. In Arena, it's a 3 mana 3/3 with taunt. So it's an Ironfur Grizzly, basically. Then we have Tolvier Stone Shaper. Tolvier Stone Shaper. I said Stone Shaper. It's a 4 mana 3/5 battle cry. If you played an elemental last turn, gain taunt and divine shield. So it's almost like Ascension Shield Master that rewards you for playing elementals, but it's not an elemental itself. So I think this has possibility to definitely be played. Divine Shield gives it it's a 3 mana, basically a 4 mana 3/1 with Death Rattle, or 4 mana 3/1 taunt Death Rattle, summon a 3/5 with taunt. So that's how a good way to think of Divine Shield. Yeah, I think this definitely will reward you. The Divine Shield, in the same way Twilight Guardian did, provides an extra layer of threat, which is good. Twilight Guardian just gave you 1 extra health as compared to Ascension. I think this card might be better. It's just about consistency and being able to plan out the elementals. In Arena, unless you have an elemental, this card is like an okay pick. Otherwise, it's pretty good. Then we have Servant of Kalamos, a 5 mana 4/5. If you played an elemental last turn, discover an elemental. So 5 mana 4/5 is kind of understated, but it does let you draw a card in a way. Get another card into your hand, get another resource, and that might be worth the extra mana of paying for it. Because the only real Discover cards that are played are, Dark Peddler, which is rotating out now, Raven Idol, and that's mostly it. So I feel like the stats just don't make up for it. If it was a 4/6, probably would see play. So 5/5 probably would see play. If it was, yeah. So don't know. The reward for playing an elemental is just not as high as we want it to be. So that would be it for this. In Arena, this card is just a 5 mana 4/5. There are better picks. 6 mana 8/8 Frozen Crusher. After this minion attacks, freeze it. It's also an elemental. Elemental attack is probably irrelevant. But 6 mana 8/8. I don't know, because it gives up. It basically attacks for 2 turns. It attacks and then freezes, and then attacks and then freezes. If you can silence this, that would be sick. But obviously, silence is not prevalent in the meta. But yeah, I don't think in Arena this card would be okay. But it gives your opponent turn to deal with it. But if it was, I feel like a 5 mana 8/8 would just be better. Might be semi-playable. So yeah, so this card will not see constructed play in Arena. It's okay, because it can crush your opponents like Venture Co Mercenaries for 6 mana. So I don't know. Then we have Volcanosaur, which, by the way, this card you're going to get a free copy of if you log in on the last day of rewards. It's a 7 mana 5/6 with Battlecry Adapt, then Adapt. So you adapt twice. So any adaptation, I feel like, to this card will make it better. +1/+1 makes it a 6/7, and then any other effect. I feel like this card is very well statted. It's pretty good. In Arena, this card's pretty insane, actually, but probably won't see play in Constructed. I don't know if any adapt mechanic will see play in Constructed. Then we have Emerald Hive Queen. This card I'm actually quite hyped about. It's a 1 mana 2/3 beast that says your minions cost 2 more. So basically it's a control card, and I feel like it's like a zombie chow in a way. Because you play this is an anti-aggro card, right? You play it in Priest, you play this out, right? It's like a zombie chow. And then ideally you're using like Shadow Word Pain to control the board. You're healing it, you're using your hero power to control the board. So you don't need to throw minions out too much. And then you can trade it off. And I just think Zombie Chow is definitely a better card, but this has potential to have like a pseudo Zombie Chow spot in the deck. In Arena, this card's actually not bad in Priest, I want to say, and Mage, and Druid, and Rogue. But like in Warrior, it's bad. In Warlock, it's okay. It's somewhat playable. In Hunter, it's bad. Hunter, though, it is a beast, so maybe it has a chance to do that. Shaman, maybe. So yeah, like in Priest, it's definitely playable. And I think in Constructed, if it does see play, it will be Priest constructed as like a Zombie Chow spot type of card. But it really depends on whether or not the costing 2 more is worth it. So we'll have to think about that. Then we have Glutinous Ooze, a card I'm really excited about. A 3-mana 3/3 that destroys your opponent's weapon and gains armor equal to its attack. So let's say you're eating up a Arcanite Reaper. Wow, you just gained 5. You just ate a 1 durability weapon and gained 5 armor. So that's pretty good. This is a... I feel like this probably will replace Acidic Swamp Ooze in most decks. You're probably, if you're getting rid of a weapon, that's a pretty big investment. So it's probably worth 1 extra mana as opposed to Ooze just destroying it. The thing is, you don't want to eat like a Rogue's Dagger. You want to eat like a True Silver Champion. You want to eat a Arcanite Reaper. You want to eat like a Fiery War Axe, that type of thing. As long as you're not eating a Rogue's Hero Power or you're eating a N'Zoth's First Mate thing, you're probably going to be okay, really okay having this. So, yeah, this will definitely see constructive play, I feel like, but it's all weapon dependent on how weapons are going to be used and the prevalence of pirates as well. In Arena, this card's pretty insane. I think you definitely pick weapon removal in Arena. So this card, stats-wise, will not be good, but it rewards you. It's like, why do you play Harrison Jones? Why? Because Harrison Jones, even though it's a 5-mana 5/4, it's like you're paying 4 mana for a 5/4 and then 1 mana to draw a million cards if you're hitting Doomhammer or Jaraxxus's Hands or whatever. Then we have Bright-Eyed Scout, a 4-mana 3/4 that says draw a card, change its cost to 5. This could be... I feel like this is an Astral Druid support card or an Astral type Druid support card because you get to draw a card and then immediately play the card during the next turn, or if Astral Druid, you can play it during the same turn. So that's actually really cool. Problem is, if you draw Innervate, you are losing mana. If you draw a card that costs less than that, and that's why any card, this can combo with like Hemet Nesting Wary, or Hemet the legendary dude. It can combo with, I don't know, cards that when you want to reduce the cost of it, it can really help. And that's why I immediately thought of Astral Druid, because if you're playing a bunch of 10 drops and you can play this 3/4, which is slightly better than Gnomish Inventor as well. And you can slam down that drop next turn. So yeah, I think this will definitely, if you play Gnomish Inventor, you're playing this card. Definitely, for sure. And it looks very similar too. Then we have Gentle Megasaur, 4-mana 5/4. Battlecry, adapt your Murlocs. This could be like the sleeper card of the set because there's so much Murloc support coming out. It's not that good. You have Finja, but there's already a Finja package that you can slam in, and then if you put this on top of that, that's like winning the game. I think 4-mana 5/4 is very well statted. I like this. Tomb Pillager is an aggressively statted minion. If you hit like 1 or 2, you're immediately getting value. But I just think this card's actually just good. Really depends on the prevalence of Murlocs as well. But, Finja can definitely open the door for this card to really do a lot of amazing things. In Arena, this is just a 5/4. But yeah, so. Then we have Bittertide Hydra, 5-mana 8/8. Whenever this minion takes damage, deal 3 damage to your hero. So... Bouncing Blade? Anybody? Bouncing Blade's a 3-mana, deal 24 damage to your opponent. Seems good. Yeah, so it's a matter of whether 8/8s are worth this, and I feel like Fel Reaver's just better because it doesn't make you lose the game. Because it's still available as a win condition by hitting face with Fel Reaver, but yeah, sure, if they mill your entire deck, that's okay. As long as you still have the 8/8 and you can still kill your opponent. But this they can actually just kill you with. They can deal more damage to this thing, and you will take more damage from that than if they hit you in the face with the same damage that they would use to kill this thing. Obviously, unless they're trading into it. In which case, definitely you're sending your 7/7 or 8/8 into the face rather than this. But... It's a cheap card. I was thinking it does go towards the Druid quest, and you can play it for cheap. But I think there's just better 5-cost cards. Like Stranglethorn Tiger, you'd definitely play that. You'd play like Menagerie Warden. Blaze Caller is the next insane... People thought this card is really incredible. A 7-mana 6/6 Elemental. Battlecry, if you had played an Elemental last turn, deal 5 damage. 5 damage is a lot. sending at 1 attack. Now this card can be really incredible with Shaman because they play Fire Elemental, deal 3 damage for it to get a 6/5. That's pretty good. Play 7 cost 6/6 and deal 5 damage. So you're getting +1 health. You're dealing 2 more damage for 1 mana. I think this card is pretty incredible. It will be definitely the Shaman play on curve card. This is one of the games. It can definitely flip the game on its head. But yeah, this card is incredible. In Arena, it's a 6/6, so it can't be targeted by BGH, assuming people are even doing that. Still can be Shadow Word Death, though. In Arena, this is a 7 mana 6/6. That's what all these elemental cards, I feel like, are. In Arena, this card's bad. Actually, you might play it the same way you play Venture Kill Mercenary. Now we have Charge Devilsaurus, 8 mana 7/7. With Charge, Battlecry, it can't attack heroes this turn. So this is almost like an Ice Howl, and I like that. But it can't attack heroes. Yeah. Let's see. It's a beast, so give it credit for that. It's a removal card, I guess. I like how they're changing Charge to be, have that ability, and then not being able to attack heroes is good, so that you're not smorking. King Crush should have that ability exclusively to himself. But then after that turn, he can still start attacking. So that's pretty good. I like it. In Constructed, could see play as like a big card that's in the same way that Grommash Hellscream has been used. Instead of a finisher, it's now become sort of a slam a minion and then put a big thing on the board in 1 card. And I think that's good. In Arena, this card's pretty insane. Pretty damn insane. Then we have Primordial Drake. It's a 8 mana taunt, 4/8 taunt. With Battlecry, deal 2 damage to all minions. So this is I think immediately of like Twilight Drake. So let's say 4 mana for Twilight Drake or 5 mana for the stats. And then you have Taunt, so maybe you give like 6 mana and then deal 2 damage to everything. It's a Demon Wrath, so that's like 3 mana. So then you have a 9 mana card put in an 8 mana dragon. So yeah, you're basically playing a 6 mana 4/10 and then play a Demon Wrath on top of it, which is 9 mana. So that's really sick. AoE is very strong, has Taunt immediately, so that's almost like a Twilight Drake. I like it. In Arena, this card's pretty good because AoE and minions come in packages. That's incredible. In Constructed, I feel like they rotated Ragnaros out for a reason, so you can see more 8-drops being played, and I think this is one of them. I really do. I think this card has very much potential. Moving on, we have Tortollan Primalist, I don't know. 8 mana 5/4, Battlecry, discover a spell and cast it on random targets. So I like this. It's a lot like Yogg. I love Yogg. And you get to discover what spell you want. So obviously it depends on what class you're playing. But, AoE would be insane. Random targets could throw it off. But ideally you're playing this with very high value spells. So that would be really cool. Just, pick the highest value spell. You can play this, lay on hands. Wow. Draw 3 cards. So that'd be sick. I think this card will not see play, though. I like the card, but I don't think it will see play. In Arena, this card could swing the board. This is a lot like Servant of Yogg-Saron in Arena. Now moving on to the legendaries, we have a 4 mana 3/4 Spirit Singer Umbra. After you summon a minion, trigger its Death Rattle effect. So this is definitely aimed at Hunter, I feel like. A lot of those types of cards. Yeah, there aren't... With Sylvanas rotating out, they're just, Karen would be the best one. Tyrion, I don't know. You probably won't play this in your N'Zoth deck, though, because it's a bit understated. And you really want to just... It's sort of like a Brand Bronzebeard. You kind of want to just... This actually basically turns your Death Rattles into Battle Cries. I think it basically does. And you still have the Death Rattle. So that's pretty cool. You're not playing this... you could play this and then follow it with Karen Bloodhoof and get Bane Bloodhoof immediately. But, yeah, I don't think this card will see play. I think Barnes is just better, Finja, Weaker Flame Board, like, the N'Zoth Murloc deck is just better. Is better off without this card. In Arena, you're not playing this because it's understated. The Vorax, a 4-mana 3/3. After you cast a spell on this minion, summon a 1/1 plant and cast another copy on it. So it's very much like Genie of Zephyrs in a way, but you can't OTK with this, and it's weaker because it's a 4-mana 3/3. I think it's supposed to be like a pseudo Violet Teacher type of card, and that's really cool, but I don't think you're really going to see that much play. Because Violet Teacher is just better. I feel like, because you don't want all your plants wandering around with different effects and stuff. It could mess things up for your opponent, but it's just not as good as Violet Teacher. In Arena, this is a 4-mana 3/3. Elise the Trailblazer is a 5-mana 5/5. Battlecry, shuffle a sealed Ungoro pack into your deck, and the Ungoro pack is add 5 random Ungoro cards to your hand. So that's very cool. Originally, I thought Ungoro pack would actually like get you a legit pack, so then when you draw that card, then you could actually open the pack. Then this card would be the #1 thing to craft for beginners, because you get a million dust by playing it. You play it with your friends, just keep spamming those games, keep getting the Ungoro cards and spam draw. That would be really sick. But otherwise, I do like this, because you get to open packs on camera, or in the game, right? And these are supposedly supposed to have a ton of like really huge big creatures, legendaries. You have a really high legendary ratio, and that's actually really cool. So I really like this idea. And it's a 5-mana shuffle something in your deck. It's a 5/5 too, by the way. So stats are pretty good. And then for 2 mana, you get to draw 5 cards. Hey, that's pretty good. This is actually, I don't know if people have considered it. It's actually really strong for Rogue, and it's really strong for Mage. It's strong for Priest, I want to say. Is it for Priest? Not so much though. Rogue and Mage, because the Rogue idea is getting cards from other people's classes. So this might get you stuff from other classes. Mage will get spells from that didn't start in their game. This counts. This spell counts. In fact, the Ungoro pack itself and whatever comes inside. So hey, this card would definitely be played in those decks, I feel like. And I really like the idea of, Elise taking another form in Hearthstone. Next, we have Hemet Jungle Hunter. 6-mana, 6/6. Destroy all cards in your deck that cost 3 or less. All cards. So minions, spells, weapons, anything. This is good for the control decks that want to sort of thin out their deck and be like, hey, I want to only have good draws from now on. 6-mana, 6/6 is okay stats, but I feel like it's just not as good. It's not as good as like what Elise Starseeker used to do, the original Elise form. It just used to be better, and I feel like it's going to stay better from now on, because this gets rid of resources, which means you're getting rid of, like, let's say in Control Order Executes, you're getting rid of shield blocks. I mean, although that gets you closer to fatigue, destroying these cards get you even closer to fatigue. So, yeah, there's no other reason to play this except with Elise, because Elise will get rid of all the low value legendaries, so you're only drawing like 4-cost legendaries and higher. So at least that would be better. In Arena, you would definitely play. I think you would play this card, because once you hit turn 6, then you don't want to draw your 2-drops anymore. And the last card of the set is Ozrook, 9-mana 5/5 with Taunt. Battlecry, gain 5 health for each elemental you played last turn. So if you gather a ton of these 1/1, 1/2s, 1-mana 1/2s in your hand, and then you slam them all onto the board, and then you play Ozrook next turn, you get like a 5/30. That'd be sick. That'd be so sick. Thing is, it's very vulnerable to hard removal, like Execute, Shield Slam, kind of. Polymorph, Hex, Devolve, that type of thing. So this card's actually really cool, but it might just be really weak. 9 mana is quite expensive for a Taunt. I don't know if the Taunt is even relevant at that point. But yeah, you can definitely save up all those really weak one-cost cards and slam this guy at the end. And then you'd be happy. Oh, this could go really well with Priest, because you summon a bunch of elementals, right? And then the next turn you play this guy. And then you play Inner Fire and you slam base. Yes, that'd be really sick. But in Arena, I'm not sure if you play this. This is just a 9 mana 5/5. So yeah, let's go back and fix this. In Arena, you maybe play this. Yeah, definitely. I would definitely play this because you can get a high value legendaries. But yeah, those are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 neutral legendaries. We got 18 legendary class legendaries total, plus 5 for a total of 23. Thank you guys so much for watching. This Ungoro is super exciting. I'm really excited. It's going to be coming out April 6th, 5 days from the day I'm recording this video. So I'm really excited for that to see a lot of play, and I'm just really excited for the meta to change. So if you guys have any thoughts, be sure to leave them in the comment section below. Any thoughts, suggestions, wishes, I don't know, requests, anything. Leave those in the comment section below. Thank you for watching the video. Thank you for staying with me and to the end of the set review. And I guess that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you later.